Go ahead and put a plug in the van so I can use the air conditioner when I'm not using the battery pack. On a good note, these actually come with a fuse, so it's 2 fuses you have to blow. I'm sure you won't be able to use them simultaneously because it's looking like this gauge is only like 18 gauge. So mad at myself. It wouldn't fit, and I took a little bit off, and now it's sitting in there lopsided. Okay, I got them all hooked up to the connectors. I ended up with 2 lighters because the USB is bigger than that hole. So it's going to be right here above the plug. Now we got to put an end on it so we can get everything hooked up to the control panel and a fuse in. You could tell where he stopped. Let me explain what he's doing. You see how this is rounded off? He cut it so when I glue it, you won't be able to tell it's 2 pieces. I'm very happy. He went well beyond what he had to do. We started talking about Dogecoin. Yeah, how he invested early and I did not. I am going to take an extension cord apart and put a plug in right beside that. Countertop, this is going in the trash, and I'm using this thick wood here. Gonna do it the same way, burn it, dye it, and then I'll have enough for a big cutting board. And another receipt for the pile. One day I'll add them up. It won't even be close because of Amazon purchases. Well, this is going to be way better. It's almost 1 3/4 inch thick and heavy. So now, instead of gluing this together and screwing it together, first I'm going to go ahead and cut the square out this way. That way I'm not struggling so much since it's so thick. Then I'll put it together and glue it and screw it. I am recycling. I'm actually very impressed with this glue, because after I take the screws out, you'd think it would fall apart. But between that and the liquid glass, it's sticking pretty good. Let's hope the big butcher block does the same. Okay, holes are cut. I know cosmetically I'm going to regret it, but I want to put a hole on top here and one here, and then fill it with sawdust, because I don't want this thing to start coming apart, and it's very thick and I want it to last a long time. I hope I don't regret it. Okay, I'm really hoping I don't regret this. But I'm going to fill up the holes with some sawdust. I put a hole in the top because later I don't want this coming apart. I have several holes on the other side, but I put 2 holes on the top. There and there. And I'm going to fill it up with glue and sawdust. Sand it and burn it. Disregard the dryer. It's laundry day. I'm going to let it dry, sand it, and then pack it again. Did I mention I don't have patience? We'll make it dry faster. the screw is, just a tip right there. So I'm gonna put one more coat on and sand it again. It's all wiped down. I need to hurry before it starts raining. You can tell I didn't want to sand it too much because the nail's starting to come through the screw. So maybe when I burn it, it won't be as bad. But I mean, I had to put it in there because I don't want it to have any seams. So now, time to burn. Now for a little bit of sanding. I am now switching over to a clean, the lightest sandpaper that I have to go over it. Well, I definitely see the screw, but I know to look for it. I know it's there. But am I happy with it? You darn right I am. See how much thicker that is? That sucker is heavy. Now unicorn spit. See, I used to have a collection. I'm slowly throwing them away. So I'm going to do 2 shots of the liquid glass and 1 shot of the hardener. I'll mix it for this part, and then I'll mix another one the same way for this, and to make sure that it goes down over the sides. Was that a... Not making that mistake again. It is so pretty. But where I screwed the 2 boards together, you can see some bubbles came up. So now I have to light sand it and put another coat on it. Nice and scuffed up, and all the bubbles popped. Nice and smooth. Now we got to wipe it down really good. So no sawdust is on the table. And I'll stay up. Try to make sure no bubbles pop up. Okay, I'm sanded. I covered up the air condition vent. 1 more coat. Well, as you see, I took the cabinets out. I'm knocking them down 2 inches because the new tabletop is 22 inches instead of 24. I'm going to cut the end off of this extension cord and feed it up the wall so I can have a plug right here. Okay, we got a ground, a neutral, and a hot. Green, white, black. Okay, we got the cord up. I ran it behind the bed. And let me just tell you how happy I am with that fit right there. Okay, I added this board, so when I put my tongue and groove across, I can screw into this board. This is ready for the electrical box. And then I am tracing this for the USB to be on the bottom. Well, first of all, I did a square. Then I had to round it off for these things. And I'm assuming I have to round it off for this so it'll set flat. This is how weird the cut ends up being. Stop right here for now, but this bottom screws, therefore if you're going to have another set of plugs beside it, so you just use the top ones. Let me go play with the kids. So happy with that. Now let's see if this other one will turn out.